How do you propose to protect the Social Security system from bankruptcy?
We have a problem. We have a problem in terms of the Social Security system long time. I give the President high marks for trying to bring that to the attention of the American people. He spent 9 months utilizing his political capital to do that. And we were about at the point where the American people were ready for the discussion on what we do to solve that problem when Katrina occurred. And there was no opportunity to deal with that issue thereafter. I hope that we can return to that issue because the demographics are clear. The demographics are clear. The number of people working in the United States versus the number of people retiring has turned upside down. Now, that's not a complaint. I mean, frankly, that means those of us who have to be baby boomers are living and living longer. But the fact of the matter is we've got to do something to make sure that that program can sustain itself. There are recommendations made that we not do any changes with respect to the program for anybody who is 50 or above. No changes whatsoever, but that we perhaps look at the possibility of allowing those who are younger voluntarily to make a decision to take a portion of that and have that in their private investment account. That is something that will help us as we deal with that. Because if you look at it right now, we run a surplus with Social Security, but about the year 2017, that surplus will run out and we will start paying into the Social Security system those IOUs that have been hanging out there during the surplus time. That means we will take from the left pocket and put it into the right pocket. We will do it. We will sustain that. But the fact of the matter is that will allow us to continue those payments until somewhere in the 2040s when my children will begin retiring. And at that point in time, all of those IOUs will be eaten up, and the amount that is being paid in will not pay for the amount going out by a huge margin. So we're either going to have to do something. If we don't do it now, we will have to have huge cuts in benefits in the years 2046, 47, or huge tax increases. I don't think we should lay that on our children, our grandchildren. We need to do something as soon as possible on a bipartisan basis.
Thank you.
Thank the Republicans for sounding the alarm on the impending crisis in Social Security, which is expected to go bankrupt if all current trends continue in the year 2040. Contrast sharply with their position on global warming, which there's overwhelming scientific evidence is happening now, but they say we're not so sure if there's any evidence. The fact is, more money is going into Social Security now than is going out. Those curves of the money going in, money going out, if all stays the same, are projected to cross about the year 2017, maybe later, depending on what estimates you make. And it's not projected that Social Security will be out of money until, as my opponent said, the year 2040, 2046, something like that. There are a lot of things that we can do in the meantime. And it goes back again to the crazy war in Iraq, the massive defense, not defense spending, the massive military spending, and tax cuts for the rich. We are spending roughly $250 billion a year now just paying interest on the national debt. If we adopt sensible, sound fiscal policies, erase the national debt, or erase the budget deficit, balance the budget, the whole government, including Social Security, Medicare, everything else, will be in much better shape. So yes, we do need to make a change between now and 2017, now and 2040. Privatization, though, is exactly the wrong thing to do. It's been shown that will actually accelerate the time at which Social Security goes bankrupt.
I've never seen combining global warming with Social Security, but maybe we'll find some other things here today, too. Look, we have to deal with the Social Security problem sooner rather than later. We have to admit, as Americans, that there is a problem. Until and unless we admit that, and don't blame it on the war in Iraq, and don't blame it on global warming, and don't blame it on other things, but look at Social Security as it is, a program that is a guarantee to people that we cannot break that guarantee, but a program that is in trouble. Unless we start doing that, we won't solve the problem, and we will be giving our children and our grandchildren a huge problem that at that time will become almost insolvable. We better get on with it.
Social Security has been a tremendously successful program. It was introduced by liberals and progressives, and it provides a safety net for seniors so that they will have at least a minimal income when they retire. It is a government-run program and an example where government is fulfilling its responsibility of being of, by, and for the people. The private investment industry is for primarily the benefit of the stockholders. If you want to invest money in private, investment firms, well, you can certainly do that. But we need to keep the safety net of Social Security as one of the best examples of a successful government program of, by, and for the people.